So let's take a look at our months and dates in Spanish. So when we're looking at our months, I mean, there are 12 of them, right? Because we all use the same calendar, and they're right there. I'm pretty sure you can figure out what each one of these stand for. Like, if you don't know that one, I think we're in trouble. Now, there are a few that are a little different, enero or junio, but just go ahead and memorize them. I'm sure if you go to the YouTube, you can find a song that someone has written playing the guitar to, but for me, make some flashcards. So after you go through and memorize them, use some flashcards, do what you can do. There are just one or two things that we need to know. And the first is that our months are always lowercase. So if you notice, I wrote these with a lowercase d and a lowercase n and a lowercase o. The only time it would be uppercase is to start a sentence. This is the same thing that we have for our days of the week. So once you know your months, the next thing you might want to know are your dates, right? So if we wanted to say like 4th of July. In English, we use our ordinal numbers. But in Spanish, when we're referring to dates, we only say first, and then everything else, we're going to use ordinal numbers. Does that make sense? So in English, we would say July 1st, July 2nd, July 3rd, July 4th, July 5th, July 6th, etc. But in Spanish, we only use our ordinal numbers only for the first, and then we use cardinal numbers for the rest. So how would we use this? Well, what if someone were to ask you the question, what's today's date? And you could say, now let's pick a few dates here. Now when we're writing dates in Spanish, we are going to go with day, month, year. And so that's a little bit different than what we have in English. All right, so day, month, year. So this first one, what is that? We have Christmas. And so if someone asks you the question, ¿Cuál es la fecha de hoy? You could say, hoy es el So today is the 25th of December. Or if we wanted to say, it's the 4th of July, hoy es el 4 de julio. And remember, we're keeping these lowercase here, and we're using just normal numbers, our cardinal numbers. The only exception is when we're referring to the first, we will use our ordinal numbers. So this would be April 1st, so we would say hoy es el 1 de abril. So there's our months, and there's our dates. Go through and memorize your months. Remember, you have to keep them lowercase. When we are writing our dates in Spanish, we go day, month, year. And when we're answering the question or talking about dates, we are going to use our cardinal numbers, except for the first, when we will use the ordinal number. All right, go out and ask random people, say, ¿Cuál es la fecha de hoy? Hey, you might know what today's date is, but you have to have a reason to practice your Spanish, so just pretend you don't know what it is. Okay, try it. Let me know. Suerte.